Whew. So that's Mega Man X. Let me talk about this game a little bit. So, in terms of graphics, whatever, it's like this. It's night and day. Like we're talking about like visual style. Like Mega Man X is so much cooler than original Mega Man. Like, and it's much faster too. Like the pace of, like, much like the Turbo was to Street Fighter 2 to original Street Fighter 2. The pace of Mega Man X is just so much faster than the original. Your core platforming is still there from the original, but now it's just, everything is faster. There's more enemies on screen. You just have a lot more to deal with, and there's of course a lot. You get a nice first level that's like guaranteed to not be that difficult, to give you a sense of like what the mechanics are of the game. That you got your general Mega Man stuff, but it's just a little faster. My thumb really took some damage on this one. That is the one thing I'll say. You're gonna be mashing these directional buttons a lot for these games, so make sure you're using a comfortable controller. Again, this was originally made for the Super Nintendo, and it works fine for it, but for long play sessions, it's probably not for the best. So you'll want to make sure that you can play it on this, certainly if you wanted to. But I would definitely recommend playing like the collections as opposed to maybe the original Super Nintendo hardware that it was built on, just because it's so hard. And yes, that does bring me to my next point. It's a very difficult game. I could not at all get to. I got to one boss, but I couldn't win because my health wasn't high enough. It's a very difficult game. And like I was saying before we even started, if you're trying to like finish the game, trying to move the most quote, optimal route, you have to know which level is the easiest for you. And then once you have the weapon, know which one to go to have the easiest time getting through the game. It's going to be a very difficult game for a lot of first timers. If you're trying to get through the game, I feel like a guide could be really helpful for you if you just want to have like a good idea of which levels you want to go to, or if you want to discover yourself. It's just, in today's gaming climate, I know a lot of people are busy, so it might be easier for them to like, I guess, like, look at the guide to like know what the right version is. But at the end of the day, even with all that stuff, you still need to finish these levels, and they're tough. They're tough. If you are playing this on the Super Nintendo Classic Edition, or you're playing the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, don't be afraid to use your spend points. They're there to help you finish the game in a timely manner. You still got to finish those levels, but at least you don't have to repeat like entire sections of the level. Like I will say, I don't think the checkpoint system was the fairest. Like they could have been a little better spread out. I'll say, because you feel like you're making a good amount of progress to the level, but then you just didn't do quite good enough, so you're doing a lot of the old levels. And if you really don't want to do that, suspend points will be there to help you with that. I would say that if you were playing this original game, I would have a hard time seeing it hold up just because of like the unfair checkpoints. But in today's era, where you can either play with the Super Nintendo Classic or the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, no, this game does hold up. It's a very difficult game, but you can use those checkpoints to mitigate a lot of it, and it's a lot of fun. The level design was really good. There was some unfair stuff, I will say that. Wrong, like when I was at the Spark Mandrill stage, the fact that I just literally took a wrong path and that was like, I couldn't get back from it without taking some damage, that sucks. That definitely sucks. But there's also so many cool stuff too, like the robots, the mech that I got at the very end, the Chill Penguin level. There's so much cool stuff with this level for sure. This game for sure. That I can understand why people love the Mega Man X series. And if you're patient enough, you can absolutely have a good time with it. But know that these games are harder than the original Mega Man games, I would say. So, if you're not a seasoned platformer, this might be a lot for you. I would probably recommend starting with the regular Mega Man games, which are slower, but I would say much more fair, and then move on to the X games, which will definitely help you. That'll test your mettle. If you've gotten used to the original Mega Man games, and the X games are the next step. It's an evolution in more ways than one. So yes, X holds up, but play it on something play it on a good feeling controller, and don't be afraid to spend points, because those checkpoints are not fair. So that is my thoughts on. Ooh, that king is dead. So that is my thoughts on Mega Man X. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and be wrapping up very soon. So I want to thank everyone for coming out to this stream as we check to this episode. For those who may have been keeping up with our schedule on HPCritical.com, thanks, Vikash. I did my best. It was it was tough, and I will definitely be coming back to this game another time. But for now, I'm gonna have to wave the white flag because it's gonna take time, and I think I got a pretty good opinion of the game at this point. I would have loved to try out the abilities too. Like that's something I didn't mention. That the abilities, you get a lot of cool abilities. Like if it's anything like the old Mega Man games, you kind of know what you're in for. So I can pretty much say with confidence that those are gonna be fun once you get them. It's just a matter of getting them. But yeah, for real this time, like I am. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. Again, for those who are keeping all our schedules on HPCritical.com.